Hi everyone, it's Kathy here with Karma's Creations. This is probably going to be maybe my last, maybe second last video on this. I'll show you where I'm up to today. I've been following all the prompts, so I'm up to date with all of them, just waiting to hear what the last one is. There's very little room left on here. I've got a few things pinned up and I'll show you that. But what I might do is go back to the beginning, to prompt 1, and show you the different, well, maybe I should start at 19 and go backwards to 1. I'm just going to put you down. It might be a bit bumpy. Just a minute. You're on the selfie stick, so I just need to, there we go. Right, and go back to correct. Here we go. Here we go. Just get my list out. Number 19 was doodle stitching. Well, I'm still in the process of doing that. I've done a few little spots. Let me pick one out. Down here. Down here. In next to that heart there. You can see where I've just gone round and round in the white space, filling it up. Doesn't look like it needs to be covered when it's like that, I feel anyway. I've also done around this butterfly in the same way, just going round and round it. I think I may do some more stitching, word stitching in there too. There's a few other places, but that's the first example. Hearts. Wow. I had a couple of fall patches that hadn't made their way onto there, and one of them is down in that corner down the bottom there again. Down here, there. And I just cut a heart shape out of the fall patch and put it amongst the purples down in that corner. Another one over here. I made an applique out of 5/8 inch hexagons. I think I'll be making a few more of those. I've got herringbone stitch around, and I've stitched Pete's heart next to it. There's lots more hearts. 2 examples will do for now. Next one, 17 with nature. Wow, there's nature everywhere. Flowers, birds. There's cats up the top here. Can't see them very well because they're bending in the wind. Not attached yet. Some puppy dogs down there, the same, not attached yet. There's butterflies everywhere. Flowers everywhere, some birds, more birds. Over here, there's another bird, kookaburra, and up the top, there's a galah, but his head's hiding over the top of the quilt. Botanical thread painting. Okay, I'll get up. Oh no, I might be able to do it here. Okay. Down the bottom here, I had a black and white piece of fabric. I've thread painted all of that. I hope you don't mind the breeze blowing the quilt. Yes, I thread painted all of that one. Thread painted the bottle brush up here. It might be a bit hard to see, but it's all done in different reds, shades of reds, and it's got gold thread on the tips of the flower. There's another one of those bottle brush there, and I did the leaves as well. And up here, that's a bit hard to see because of the wrinkles at the top, but there's another flower up there that I did. Take it back out to one. Put your back down gently. Hexies, the English paper piecing. Well, I've got two pieces of English paper piecing there. The one with the little heart with the 5/8 inch hexagons, and the one there beside it, which is a vintage piece. I didn't use papers for either of those shapes, the 5-pointed Dresden or the 9-patch. They were pieced with the machine. Number 14 was vintage textiles. Well, that was lots and lots of that. That piece of Granny's flower there, grandmother's flower, vintage, any of these old doilies, like this one in here, which I can't see, yeah, that one there, it's falling apart, it's so vintage. These doilies over, I think that's an old one. That's old. That fabric is old. But I've cut up and put the crocheted grannies across there, the crocheted hexies. There's just all these old doilies, they're all old. That's an old piece of crochet work. That's an old doily. That's another tray cloth that's old. Lots and lots of them. Script. Well, I've only just been doing the script. Well, not really. I had these script pieces down here that have got wording on them. A piece of Kathy Holden fabric with lots of little bits and pieces. I've got a little bit of script up here that is from Roxy Creations. It's got some monogram there, and then over here and up a bit, I think there's another piece of Rachel's fabric, and it's got the an alphabet printed on it. Where else? And apart from that, I have been writing my own little bits and pieces, things that mean something to me. Oh, I suppose I should start with that one in the middle. I've got Gathered Pieces, Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, Volume 8, 2025. So that's my first bit. Up the top here, that one says hold on to your dreams, and it's got another heart. At the top here, you can't see it, but it says my favourite place to be is with you. And there's another heart. Down here I've got, there's a little tick towards our faith. More script here, wording and stuff from Rachel's fabric, and then I've stitched this one which says do more of what makes you happy. And above that one, success means doing your best. This little flower, I have stitched love in the middle. I've got believe, kindness, faith, and what's the last one? Can't see it from here. Dreams. I've got live, laugh, love there. Peaceful heart on that one. And there'll be more. Anywhere that there looks like there's a big empty space like that, I'm just going to get some wording in it. Next is lacy bits. Well, there's one right there. A little bit of lace around that one. Favourite colour? Well, pink is my favourite colour, and there's quite a bit of pink in there. But I do love colour, bright colours, so that's evident from all of the different pieces here. There's plenty of bright. Love all colours. But yeah, pink. Give me pink any day. Things that make me happy. Butterflies and birds and pussycats and puppy dogs. Children. Family. Stitching. Flowers. Friends, and lots more. Nature, colour. Something gifted. Some of these old doilies on here were my husband's grandmother's, so they're pretty precious. Some people may say don't put them on something like this, a blanket, but that's one. It's very delicate. Another gifted one is over here. That one there, there's a set of those in my collection. The butterflies, the crocheted butterflies, they were gifted. This one here and the pink one down the bottom. All the way down there, they were gifted. Some of the fabrics have been gifted from hubby. So yeah, there's plenty of gifted things in there. I am going backwards, by the way. I'm up to number 8. Trims and lace. Well, there's lace everywhere. But I love these fringed. Where are we? Like that. These fringed trims. I really love them. One there. Another one there. One down the side of that piece. There's some lace offcuts down the edge of there that came from the quilt that I cut up. Yeah, there's little bits everywhere. Another little bit there, next to the quilting ladies. So yeah, it's all over the place. Down the bottom there's lots of lace and trims. And there'll be a few more pieces. I won't be doing too much more. I'm just going to cover up the white bits and then I'm finished. One more prompt this weekend and it's all done. I've kept up all the way through. Your own embroidery. Well, my own embroidery mostly has been the stitching of the words. Apart from that, I stitched that piece of fabric. I found that little cartoon in I think it was in Pinterest. So I screenshot it, blew it up to A4 size and printed it on the printer, the Epson printer that I have, onto a piece of mop-up cloth. All the background colour there is from a mop-up, from a dyeing day, and then I embroidered all of that, and yes, so I'm happy with that piece. I've also, where are we? What other bits did I stitch? Oh, the flowers down the bottom. I didn't do a lot of everything because there is such a lot of everything, if that makes any sense to anybody. I have used almost exclusively herringbone stitch to put my pieces down. Some places you don't see it because it's either the same colour as the background or it's in a very pale colour, so it just blends. So yeah, up there you can see some. If I can zoom in a bit more, you can see all the pieces there have been put on with herringbone stitch. It puckers a little around the edge, but it is also a good stitch to make sure nothing comes apart if you're using raw edges. Granny chic. My granny chic is find it. Old hankies. That was a brand new old hanky. My grandmothers wouldn't have been seen dead without a hanky in their pocket. At least one in their handbag and one up the sleeve of their shirt, just in case they ran into grotty-nosed kids or whatever. My other bit of granny chic is the smocking. They both smocked for the babies in the family. Another piece of smocking down here came off a baby dress. That's a, oops, sorry, piece of the bodice. And then what other pieces are my granny chic? There was something else. Oh, crochet. They're both crocheted, so that's why I have this fabric here and there. This one with the hexagon grannies, plus my 3 pieces for my granny chic. Back out to normal. lacy doily. Well, there's so many lacy doilies there, it's not funny. Old quilt or piece of quilt. This green, yellow, purple fabric was from the back of a quilt. Unstitched it. It's all very fine, very, very fine. This piece here that's been pieced and it's got the blue and the cream background and the pink and red background, that was unpicked from the back of a piece of old quilt. I had to throw most of it away. The inside was rotten and falling apart and hanging out the sides, and it was just disgusting, and the front piece wasn't much good either. And then, of course, there's a piece of old quilting, a piece that I bought in a kit from Susanna at Vintage Blend. No, I don't know why I can't ever remember it. Vintage. I'll find it and put it in the thing in the bottom, in the description. Sorry, not the bottom. Favourite fabrics? Well, all of them. I wouldn't put them up there if they weren't my favourites. In particular, what would be my favourite piece there? Let me have a look around. One of the Kafir sets, maybe? Look at those beautiful brights. Here or here. That one or those 9 pieces. Because I love my Japanese fabrics. They're favourites. Down here especially are the newest ones I bought. I bought those when I went to Howard with Corinne. And butterflies. Anything that's got a butterfly on it. I love them. Look at all these beautiful ones up here in that quilt block, wherever it is. And we're still going up. There we are. All different butterfly fabrics there. And pinks. Anything pink. Thrifted and second hand. Well, most of the doilies, except for the ones that have been given to me, inherited, thrifted, and so I really don't think I need to go over those. And what have I got here? Oh, a doily favourite. Well, favourites. This one up here that's behind Home Sweet Home. There, that crocheted one is one of my early ones. I quite like that. Now I've got it on there forever. I love that one, that oval one, the purple, and with the purple behind. I don't think I could ever do anything like that, but I love it. I put the yellow one on, not because I love it, but because it's my first doily I made. It was dimensional, so it was hard to stitch down. There's a lot of ones in there that have significance. I love this one here. I think that's so delicate and pretty. I love this little one over here, if I can get there. That one there, the work on that is absolutely minuscule. The tiniest little stitches I think I've ever seen. So, and that's it. I've just gone through 19. Prompts. One more to go. What will it be? Will it be you choose? More of the same? Will it be something totally different? I don't know. I think I'm happy with how this has come along. Where that piece there is, the and9 patch, I had a white piece there and it was just so bleh. It just sort of pulled my quilt down because it wasn't in the same vein as the rest. It wasn't colourful. It wasn't, I couldn't find a piece to sit on top to make it look nice. It just sort of sat there and taunted me, so out it came. Well, there's my journal of stitchery. And I am at the stage where I'm ready for the stitching to stop and the new one to start. Thanks Rachel and Sarah. I'll just go now. I saw Sarah's got a new video up. I'll go watch that from last week. And I will see you when it's all done and I'll put it out on the clothesline and walk around it. Thank you everybody. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you.